have been known to self-mutilate.
Anime? Chat, you're telling me a whale will cut its own meat off when it's in captivity? What are they doing at SeaWorld? What's good, YouTube? Today we're gonna be reacting to every human flaw explained in 8 minutes. There's a lot of human flaws. I mean, I'd be choking on hot dogs. Why do we have 8 holes? That's what I'm wondering. Is that a flaw or is it not a flaw? Let's just get to the reaction.
Choking risk. You take a harmless sip, and suddenly you're locked in a non-stop
I
coughing
choke on a
cough.
lot of things.
Just be glad it wasn't a piece of steak, because if it was, you might have joined the 162,000 other players who die every year from choking on a foreign object. Yep.
Okay.
Choking on your consumables is one of the bigger nerfs that comes with playing the human class.
Bro, chat, I am always drinking water and I start choking on it, and it low-key makes me pressed. The other day, I was with my boy Kellen. We were in DC. I start drinking, I think it's like water or something, and he's just sitting on a different bed in the other side of the room. And he says something, I forget what it is. And I start dying laughing, bro. When I start laughing, I like choke on it like really bad. I was literally crying, but I was laughing at the same time. It was weird. It was like a glitch at that point, bro.
Well, inside your throat, you've got 2 pipelines. The trachea and the esophagus. One for air and one for food. The traffic controller is a little NPC called the epiglottis. His mission is to route every item to the right place by just closing and opening himself. Oxygen goes down the trachea and solid objects go down the esophagus. Easiest job in the world. Except sometimes the epiglottis is AFK, and that's when you choke.
AFK.
Now this nerf sucks.
Okay, wait, so that's how it works.
It's a necessary evil to unlock the overpowered ability of complex speech. Other classes may have little or no risk of dying when eating, but they also can't talk very well.
Chat, my main question is, how can animals not talk? Like, can't we train like a dog to say hi?
These, for example, have a reduced risk of choking on their consumables because their voice box is shorter.
Chat, YouTube channel, he just answered my biggest question in the world. Like, actually, that is like one of my biggest questions.
Whale don't have this nerf at all.
Alright.
Their airway is structured differently, with breathing and eating systems completely separated. But once again, their speech is limited to loud moaning. We humans are definitely better off with this nerf, but it's still a nerf. We literally have invented a life-saving move just to work around it. Wisdom teeth.
Wisdom teeth. I've never got these removed.
Every human player around level 17 to 25. Right when you think your skill tree is complete, bam! Your jaw tries to spawn in 4 extra molars. Wisdom teeth used to be a necessary perk in the early human patches, back when players had to grind tough, uncooked foods like roots, nuts, and raw meat. But over time, as our diets got softer, our jaws started to shrink. But the wisdom teeth were never patched, so now they show up, uninvited, and severely nerf us. That deep, throbbing jaw pain that somehow radiates all the way to your ear. And of course, the mandatory extraction quest. Even Aristotle complained about them 2,000 years ago. He wrote about elderly players
2,000 years ago?
Wisdom teeth in late game, causing great pain. So not only is this a useless feature,
this dude's literally describing everything in Fortnite terms. You know those like comments you get on YouTube Shorts, like explain this in YouTube terms? Yeah, it's like that.
Causing great pain.
This is something Darian would
a useless
make,
feature.
Bro.
It's been around forever, and it's getting worse every update. No built-in vitamin C synthesis. Humans used to have a really good gene called gulo, but one patch around 50 million years ago quietly broke this gene and changed us forever. With the broken gulo gene, our livers can't auto-synthesize vitamin C, a vitamin essential for life. A few other classes got hit with this nerf too, like guinea pigs and bats. But cats and dogs are still on the old patch with the unbroken gene. So because humans can't make vitamin C themselves, they have to get it from food. Now this usually isn't a problem since vitamin C is plentiful in citrus fruits, berries, and peppers. But things weren't always so convenient. Let's say it's the 1500s, and you're on a ship voyage for 3 months. All you eat is salted fish. Yeah, you're going to attract a debuff called scurvy, and your body's about to fall apart.
Chat, if you don't eat vitamin C, your body falls apart. I haven't ate fruit in like 5 months. Am I cooked?
This life-threatening nerf locks us into an endless
I only eat fish. I'm on an only fish diet, bro.
Quests. 1 citrus a day keeps the scurvy away. And you might not think it's such a bad nerf.
What if you're on a fish diet?
The food meta have made this nerf relevant again. In 2022, 188 people in the UK received treatment for scurvy. A combination of increased prices and poor education is the most likely cause. So who knows? Maybe this is the nerf that finally balances the human class. Speaking of nerfs,
I don't want to look like that guy.
Today's sponsor might help you dodge a few. Thanks to Coopert for sponsoring this video.
Coupons?
Coopert is a completely free browser extension designed to help you save money effortlessly every time you shop online. It works on most major browsers like Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Opera, and Safari.
Editor, keep that in the video. I wish I was full screen. Chat, I'm all wet now. Look, I don't know if y'all can see this, but chat, I'm soaked.
And it's incredibly easy to set up. By partnering
All right, I
with
don't care
more
about your
than
sponsor.
checkout, just click the most money. You don't need to. That's not all. So you'll get a portion of draw them through just for attention.
Oh my gosh, half of the video is a coupon.
Smarter. It quietly
Okay, what's this?
This
appendix?
little rascal is probably one of
What's
humans'
that?
most well-known nerfs.
What is the
It quietly
appendix?
lurks in your gut for years.
Is that poop?
Until it finds the perfect opportunity when you're far from any hospital. That's when it explodes and kills you.
Our appendix will explode inside of us? What if I'm just sitting here right now and it just blows up?
Okay, not explode. But
Okay,
it can
wait,
rupture
okay,
and
we're good,
spill
we're good.
infected gunk into your abdomen, which triggers
Ugh.
a deadly infection called peritonitis. Left untreated, this
That's
can
nasty.
actually kill you. A common theme
Rest
with
in
the
peace,
other
bro.
nerfs we've talked about is that they usually come with a buff to
What is
balance
that?
things out. So if
A-
we're walking
a weight?
around with a ticking time bomb inside our stomachs, there must be a pretty good buff to justify it.
Alright.
Well, it's complicated. It turns out the appendix might act as a bacterial sanctuary, a little backup storage for good gut bacteria.
Okay.
So if you get hit
The
with an
appendix?
intestinal debuff, like diarrhea or an infection, the appendix helps repopulate your system faster.
What?
But you can also remove it, and you'll most likely be totally fine.
Yo,
so a
what?
ticking time bomb versus a
I'm
slight
gonna get mine
recovery
removed.
rate when you have the runs. Great trade-off. Thank you,
Diarrhea?
developers. Unstable spine. It is estimated
What's
that
this?
up to 80% of people will experience
Do they
low
ju-
back pain at some point during their lifetime.
Do they just fall
At any
apart?
given point in time, about 26% of U.S. adults have low back pain, and 14% have neck pain. Your spine technically works, but it's been quietly glitching for thousands of years.
Glitching?
Archaeologists have found ancient skeletons with the same collapsed discs and bone spurs we see today, proving back pain
Okay,
is
what's
nothing
going on
new.
with it?
Unlike four-legged animals that spread weight across a horizontal spine, humans stacked everything upright and put all the pressure on the lower back. The fact is, we learned to stand upright fast, likely over just 1 to 2 million years. That is an
Okay.
evolutionary speed run.
Do y'all believe in evolution? Like, do you believe we came from, like, a fish to a monkey? Me personally? Nah, I think we were humans all along. Yep, we know this.
Vulnerability to mental illness.
What's this?
The human brain is easily the most powerful piece of hardware in the entire biological ecosystem, and arguably the sole reason why humans are the most overpowered class on Earth.
OP?
It can map the stars, write poetry, make amazing YouTube videos.
Hey,
and
me,
then
me,
use
me!
all that brain power to spiral
Okay.
into existential dread at 3 a.m. over something that happened 10 years ago.
What?
Now, other classes absolutely exhibit mental illness-like behavior. Birds can
Penguins?
obsess. Horses sometimes develop compulsive tics. Dolphins
What?
and whales, especially those in captivity, have been known to self-mutilate.
Anime? Chat, you're telling me a whale will cut its own meat off when it's in captivity? What are they doing at SeaWorld?
Have been known to self-mutilate. But what separates the human mind
That's nasty,
is
bro.
how it can create suffering purely through thought. Psychosis, for example, has never been observed outside of our species. One recent study suggests that psychosis may
Okay.
be an evolutionary side effect of higher cognition. It affects over 1% of adults, despite being extremely detrimental to survival. This data suggests it may
Alright.
be an intentional part of the system rather than a random glitch. As human
So it's
thought
not a
became
glitch.
more abstract, more social, and more complex, it also became more fragile. And the result
Alright.
is a uniquely human vulnerability. A brain powerful enough to simulate the universe, but fragile enough to collapse under its own
Hey, that means we're
calculations.
smart.
So our biggest strength might also be our biggest weakness. The ultimate human nerf. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive
W
into
video, bro. W video.
I actually-
Alright, if y'all like that video, make sure you like and subscribe. Comment down below which the weirdest one was. I'm gonna leave his channel link in the description, just in case y'all want to follow him and just give him some credit because he makes some actually good videos to react to. Make sure you subscribe to the main channel, the second channel, join up the Discord, follow the Clips channel, the gaming channel, and peace.